So about this ladder, I'm not a contractor. I'm like a weekend warrior. I did buy the 13-foot version, and I'll tell you, it is a little longer, which is nice. I think each 4-foot section, I guess it's 3.5-foot section. It comes out to 14 or 6. Yes, 3.5-foot section. So I will tell you, the one big thing is when you're using these ladders, they can obviously, this can all collapse into like a 3.5-foot section, 4.5-foot section, and be like a triangle like this, which I find the most use for it. Most people have a way to get up into their attic. However, I have this crawl space in my garage. I store some stuff up in there, and this has been perfect for that, which is exactly what I did. And then also what I've been using it for is I have a pergola back here that I am messing with this wisteria on, so I'm always up there. So I needed something pretty sturdy, but something that's easy to get out and climb. Let's see how wide this is. So again, 14 foot on the 13 section. So they gave you an extra foot, which is really nice. Now I've seen these ladders, like contractors have these ladders before, and they're hefty. This is pretty light. Like I can get up into the middle of this and almost pick this up with one hand if I could balance it. I mean, it's hefty for one hand, but for me, for weekend warrior, that's all I really need. Your step section is about 12 inches, a foot wide. You would climb from this side because then the steps are not opposite. To put it together, it does ship with the extension legs not on, so you have to slide them through. Here, they did oval the sections out, so this all slid through, put a bolt through there, and then tighten the nut. Really easy. You'll need a pair of pliers to hold onto the one nut. I might put a little CA glue. It did include I have it right here, a hammer to pound the ends on and a little wrench. I just used my rubber mallet, but it did include it, so you could probably put it together without anything. It does have a paint bucket canister as well as some tool sections, so this is nice. If it just had a paint bucket, I probably wouldn't use it. But if I'm up there working on something, a spot for, nuts and bolts, maybe a Phillips head, flathead, whatever. A paintbrush maybe goes in here. You could maybe stick a roller in there, and then drainage, which is really nice. And this thick plastic, they could cheap out on this, and they absolutely don't. So as you go in, this just hooks around. This is just a T-bolt that flips. Once you get it around the leg, you flip it back up and tighten it, and then this little section goes around the actual running piece section. So again, putting the 2 legs in, 4 bolts, 2 on each side, and I'm going to get some pictures next, but I've been really happy with this so far. It's been great tying up the wisteria and getting training that, and just to get up into my crawl space in my attic. Like I said, one arm, I guess I'm going to need some leverage, but it's light enough, but it's still really high quality. So I'll get some close-ups for you guys, show you what it's all about. But 13, I ordered 13, and it is over that, so it's awesome.
So I got some scuffing on here, as well as on these guys. You can kind of see it looks like something's been screwed in to these before. Both of these support bars are pretty marked up. Then these zip ties have been cut, but I didn't cut them. And it came in a box that looked like it had also been ripped open before and just kind of retaped together. You can see it's pretty beat up, actually. I don't care about the box being beat up, or I wouldn't if it didn't look like the product is probably used.
All right, go.
Hmm.